Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Now, within the last hour, it has been announced that the publication of an independent report into the notorious murder of the private detective Daniel Morgan has been delayed by the Home Secretary, Priti Patel. Daniel Morgan was killed with an axe in a southeast London car park in 1987. Despite 5 police inquiries and an inquest, no one has been brought to justice over his death. The Metropolitan Police has admitted that corruption had hampered the original murder investigation. Our Home Affairs correspondent, Andy Davies, joins us live now. Andy, what is going on?
This is an extraordinary development in a very long-running story involving one of the most investigated, unsolved murders in modern British history. Daniel Morgan, private detective, murdered in 1987, numerous police investigations since, and no one has been found guilty or convicted in any way in connection with his murder. So in 2013, the then Home Secretary, Theresa May, set up a panel to try to understand why. And among the terms of reference were issues that they had to address, including questions surrounding, and I quote, police involvement in the murder and the role played by police corruption in protecting those responsible for the murder. That's the allegation. That's what the panel was about to conclude. That was about to conclude in its report. It was about to publish its report on Monday. We're now told by the panel that this has been delayed further because the Home Secretary and the Home Office have said that they need officials and lawyers to review the contents of the panel's report, which, in the words of the panel in their statement tonight, they consider is unnecessary and not consistent with the panel's independence.
Well, give us a little more detail, Andy, on what the Home Office are saying.
Well, they've said that this is nothing to do with the independence of the panel. They said the Home Secretary needed to make sure that legal obligations to do with the Human Rights Act had been observed, and they wanted to take into account national security considerations. The panel has said in this very thinly veiled criticism that the Home Office advised it would make redactions if it felt that the report didn't comply with these obligations. And yet they've said that in 8 years, this has never previously been flagged up by the Home Secretary, that it's worked closely with a QC and a team of solicitors to ensure that it is compliant with these obligations, and that it's also worked with a specialist team of Metropolitan Police officers to ensure that all issues relating to possible national security risks are addressed. So this is the situation we're in now. The report has been delayed yet further. We don't know what the conclusion of that report will be. We don't know what its findings will be. We're still waiting 8 years on. And in the last few minutes, I spoke to Daniel Morgan's brother, Alistair, and I asked him what he made of this. And he said, well, it's, nothing surprises us after all these years. And he said he couldn't comment any further without using expletives.
Andy, thanks very much.